Welcome back, Legendary Joe's Master Routes. Today we are getting ready for the expedition.
Chief Counselor honors us. What? Still mad I'm going?
This is the definition of a fool's quest. My brother's not usually a fool.
I've heard you say otherwise.
You and I both know the political complexities that necessitate the expedition. It's vital for morale, but it's a bloodless guillotine is what it is.
You should put that in your speech. Very motivating. They might just find a guillotine for you too.
There are so many things you can contribute to here in Lumiere that'll have a real impact.
Em, you're doing great work, really. Getting things ready for the last generation. You've got it well in hand here. Let me do my part, out there, and win us a chance to live.
We're never going to see each other again.
You're so busy anyway, I barely see you.
Just take care of Maëlle, okay? Can't believe you're letting her go with you.
Me? You're her guardian too, you stop her.
We're her guardians, not her jailers. She really wants off this island.
Don't you have a speech to give?
You mean the one you so kindly wrote for me?
Just suggestions. I thought it might help you understand.
I do. Understand? I just... Anyway. Yeah, time for my speech.
That we wrote for you. Don't worry, I'm sure it'll go perfectly fine.
Expeditioners. The Sword of Lumiere. We honor your dedication. We do not take for granted that you dedicate your final year of life to keeping hope alive for all of Lumiere. Some of you are leaving to change the world. Others to discover the secrets of our universe. Some to protect loved ones. Others to find meaning in our all-too-short lives. As you sail into the unknown, know that Lumiere stands with you. When you battle the Paintress, know that Lumiere fights with you. Let the stones of her monolith crumble. Let her body lie at the end of the world. Unable to paint another death, let the stars no longer be hidden by her oppressive silhouette. Let the world once again watch the sun rise without the shadow of her cursed figure. May the wind of renewal take you to the ends of the earth. Tomorrow comes. Thanks to you. Expedition 33.
And off to the mainland we go.
How did you survive the gommage? Which expedition are you from? Fall back! To go! He's not following. Putain! What the fuck? Who the fuck was that?
Merde! What do we do now?
Regroup at the rally point. The Indigo tree.
Snap out!
Alright, so this is officially our 4K master route of Spring Meadows. Very first location officially in the game, aside from Lumiere in the prologue. Now that we are in Act 1, which is all about Gustave, let's go back to the waterfall where we can go ahead and get one of our items. Now, a big thing about Spring Meadows is the fact that items are literally scattered in pretty much every conceivable corner of this place. So, not just are the visuals an absolute spectacle in this area, but you always want to keep an eye out in pretty much all directions just because of really unique item placement. Now here you can see that we can go ahead and open our expedition status menu, where we can also use our chroma elixirs to fully heal all of our parties outside battle. That's one thing we can do if we don't have an expedition flag nearby. And we've already been running literally since the first episode, so this one is going to be your one-stop shop for making sure you get all the main essentials that Spring Meadows has to offer, from start to finish. As we can see here, getting ready for our very first official fight, not just scrimmaging with Mael anymore. Alright, now the main thing of this battle is going to show off how to use our firearm. So free aim you can do with the left trigger, and basically you want to do this anytime the enemy has an obvious weak spot. Just like that, we can shoot out of the way, and then the rest of it is pretty much business as usual. These things pretty much only have 2 attacks to worry about. We have the delayed one here. We also have a much faster one that he'll throw from time to time. The biggest way to know what he's doing is just watch what it says the name of the attack is. So, now that he's out of the way, let's go ahead and make our way into an absolute nightmare. You know, at this point in the series, we haven't seen a single person from our expedition, so at this point we are pretty much assumed to be the sole survivor. And again, as you're making your way through to the first major cutscene of this area, you do just want to make sure you've covered all your bases on the sides to make sure there's no items hiding out. This is one of the few places that actually doesn't try to trick you, with items kind of stuffed away in random nooks and crannies. So let's continue on. As you see, there is our spot to grapple, just like we did in episode 1 with Lumiere. And once we're up here, you can see gigantic Nevrons that I couldn't even imagine us trying to face anytime even remotely close to this. As we go ahead around the corner, and ultimately we are going to run into another type of platforming mechanic that we can use going forward. Again, they are not hiding any kind of items or secrets here to mess you over. So instead, continue on down the path, and we will eventually run ourselves into a wall that's got handholds. So that's going to be the other unique trick and gimmick that they use here. As you can see, even in the back, they are not hiding anything, even with the trees. So you're clear in the first area, nothing to get. And unfortunately, now we are walking into an absolute living nightmare. So, get ready. This gets quite intense, and I am not censoring it. So it is going to be in all of its uncensored glory. You have been warned.
You do that, we both die. Hey. Fucking hell. Wake up, Gustave.
Lune. The others.
I know. We're the only ones left. You don't get to die.
It's just a matter of time before we're already dead. Look around, look.
This is not a foregone conclusion. When one falls, we continue. Get up. We need to find a safer place. There are Nevrons around.
Lucien.
This is not the place. The Lune converter seems intact. It's about time we test it in real conditions.
Putain.
Alright, so now with Lune at the helm, she is basically your all-around offensive attacker of the team. Gustave always acts more like the support role, but don't worry, because it's going to walk you through how her attacks actually work. They basically work upon each other. As you can see, you can get different elemental tents. That's what those 4 slots are. And be careful, because if you have a certain tent available, it will make other attacks even stronger. Like you can see with Immolation, the fire attack, if you have an ice tent, it will increase the attack power of the fire attack, and vice versa. So we do want to string those along as we get more abilities. And again, it does do the party dodge here. So we went from original dodging to parrying to now being able to parry as a party. And just like that, let's just go ahead and whack this thing out of existence, because as long as you follow the tutorial, it pretty much steps you through this enemy. And yes, oddly enough, this is not even a boss. This is just a normal enemy going forward now.
We did it, Gustave. Let's see if your invention lives up to its reputation, shall we? It really works. We're not dead yet.
Yeah.
Come on. There might be other survivors at the Indigo tree.
Now we're going to start getting into the technical parts of our route. So go ahead, get Dodger, throw it on either one of the characters. It really does not matter. The way Pictos work is whenever you equip them, go into 4 different battles, and then it will max out that Pictos ability so that you can set it permanently under your character if you use Lumina points. We will step through some of this as the episode goes on, not to worry. Now this area, you absolutely want to check all the nooks and crannies, because there are literally items stuffed everywhere. So let's go ahead, peek our here's Lune. And you can see here's our very first expedition flag we're going to run into. As you can see here, you can update abilities, which luckily your characters already have a few that we can throw into. And I love ever since the update, they actually tell you what stat they affect. So right now, attack power is the most important thing just to get us through this initial area pretty quickly. Skills, we don't have any skill points available yet to learn anything new, but that is about to change. And also you can rest, not just to restore your health, but it also makes you not look like you're about to fall over. So it actually does change your character's appearance, which I thought was a lovely touch to all of this. So let's continue down the path, and now it goes over first strike. Basically attack them before they attack you, and you're guaranteed to go first between the two of you. So just like that, we can go ahead and use free aim, take out their weak spots. And at this point, if we're able to parry their attacks, we can pretty much wipe them out one hit just by parrying. But in this case, let's go ahead, just use flame, gang up on one of them, and just try to get it down to a 2-on-1. Ideally, but since that one is literally burning over there, I don't think we have too much to worry about. As you can see, if they do burn, they're just going to take damage constantly, and just like that, thought we had a little bit too slow. So, over here, she has no AP left to use, so we're just going to attack normally, and put an end to that one. Just like that, you can always see on the stats, as we see there, we finally got a new weapon for GUSTAVE'S, so go back into the menu, and over here is where you can swap them out. Now sometimes, as you can see, different weapons will come with different abilities. Right now, we don't have that yet for him. So, continue down the path, and again, let's check our nooks and crannies, because there are a lot of things hidden here. So let's go up top first of all. That's going to get us some chroma. And also notice that you can use your free aim out of battle. Now, sometimes if you're looking really carefully, you can still see the item's trail of light, but most of the times it's just better to shoot any of the debris out of the way, just because it's much easier to find items, especially hiding in the more detailed environments. Down here, we can get ourselves a new Pictos, critical burn. At this point, we want to just set it to anyone so that we can get it learned. No matter who learns the Pictos, whether it is Lune or GUSTAVE, it will be learned for both characters. So that's an important notion there. And now we literally have enemies just jumping off of cliffs after us, and we are going to give them the coldest of cold shoulders that we can get as we head back up here and get ourselves some more chroma. As you can see, we can shoot all of our targets out of the way, and Mr. Hotshot over here instead wants to whack us in the back. So that means they're going to go first. And again, it's just a count of parrying whether they're doing the slow or fast attack. You can see right there, attack slowly. That gives you a little bit more time to react. So, since that didn't work out, so let's go ahead, heal up Lune, because she is literally our offensive powerhouse, having all the different elements at her disposal. Take out the two weaknesses, and let's gang up on them. Just like that, the counterattack should do it. As you can see, the counterattack usually hits them much harder than your regular attacks do, unless you have one of those ultimate tier attacks like you eventually get with Mael later in the series. So, let's go ahead. Get him down. At this point, anything will take him out. That's what you get for trying to sneak up on us. Don't do it again. As you can see, we get ourselves some chroma catalysts. Now, a few of those items, like the catalysts and the color, the teal thing, you can't really use them until later.
Looks abandoned. Interesting.
Well, it looks abandoned until you go upstairs. Again, that item is literally right in your face as you come into the room.
Not too far from here. If anyone else made it, they'll regroup there.
Yeah.
And right there is literally a tent from potentially another expedition team that may or may not be ahead of us. So you have two ways you can go once you're up here. You can go into the main area, which is going to be the giant opening right there, or you can go down to get ourselves another item. As we go ahead, float down, and right there it is on the cliff face. It's more chroma. Also, as you can see, you can literally just blow up everything over here. But this time, there's nothing else. It's just the one chroma we can get on the cliff. You can jump back off and redo it, or head back up. And if you head back up, you run literally right into the tent here. Now, tents are basically just the items you use in battle. Whether it's the healing tent, basically the health, the revival tent to revive your characters, and there's one that also increases their AP as well.
Here we are, huh?
Yeah. The continent. The indigo tree's over there.
Now, ultimately, that's where we have to regroup with everyone, but instead, let's go to the left, because we have an optional boss to fight, and it's gonna be a bit of a blast from the past, only much stronger this time. So, let's head over this way, basically taking out anything that's in our way, because that's just helping to level up our Pictos as fast as possible.
Chroma is flowing.
And as you see there, we did get the upper hand on them. So, if we use the Ice Lance, instead of just taking out the secret weak spots there, you notice that that will give us the ice temp that we need to make the immolation attack even stronger. So you can potentially take the entire group of these things out just by following that 2-strike combo. So using the ice attack first, then the fire. So, over here on the left, let's go ahead, do a ton of grappling after we get some more chroma. As you can see, there's literally nothing beyond the boxes over here, and it's easy to miss, but it's way up there. And if we head this way, we can find ourselves optional boss fight number 2 of the series. So, let's keep it moving. As you can see, it's literally a bunch of grapples from one area to the next, and now you should start to see an old friend of ours emerging. I use that term extremely loosely, but he does give us good stuff. So, this is optional boss fight number 2. We've got ourselves another mime. And again, the gimmick to beating these things is to get them to break. So that's going to be the yellow bar underneath their health. Whenever you start attacking them, you're going to notice that yellow bar increasing. There are certain attacks you can use that have a much higher chance to stun the enemy. Once you get that bar nearly all the way over, you want to use that potentially stunning attack. So basically it's GUSTAVE'S overcharge, and Lune has a few as well. That way, once it's stunned, you'll be able to do a ton of damage. And this thing, luckily, is pretty easy to parry. Its hammer attack is the one that's a little bit harder. So its slap attack is 3 hits, its hammer attack is 4 hits. And at this point you can see it's just about to break. Let's go ahead and knock it over the edge with overcharge. And just like that, you can see there it is. It's stunned, it's broken, and now all of our attacks are going to do much more damage. So we go from doing 8 damage to 85 now. Let's just be careful, because it doesn't mean he can't necessarily attack. He can snap out of it. And you see, here it comes. And again, that hammer is quite tough, mainly because of that weird delay between the second and third hits. So just be careful there, but those are the only 2 attacks it has. And just like that, let's go ahead, blow this thing into next century. The burn helps tremendously, as you see there. And if you're doing the 3-attack combo, it literally is extremely easy to counter. So let's go ahead, and at this point, GUSTAVE, if you want to finish him off, let's do it in style. Out of here, you. And just like that, we get ourselves the Baguette outfit for GUSTAVE. So, if we ever wanted to get as French as possible, let's go ahead and throw this thing on as quick as possible. So over here, as you see in menu, wardrobe is all the way to the right, and here is where we can go ahead and change the outfits. So once we have it, let's head back to the main area. As you see right there, Lune finally mastered the Dodger Pictos. And soon, we're going to go ahead and adjust those pretty soon, because it's not working for us at all if you just leave it equipped and it's not actually growing from one battle to the next. So let's go ahead back over this way, basically making our way back to civilization. And now we're going to get ourselves ready for the 3rd optional boss fight that's going to give us some really good items. So ultimately, let's make our way to the right side of this section. Again, careful with these exploding scenery that we can shoot out of here. It's actually right there behind us, and that's going to be even more chroma. And here's ourselves a much needed expedition flag. So let's go ahead, upgrade the abilities. Again, everything in attack right now, just because we are to have a boss fight coming up not too far from now. So we do want to make sure we're ready for it. Also, with learned skills, we can go ahead and give 2 more to Gustave. One of them is a marking shot, which is extremely important to use at the beginning of battles, and powerful, which is basically to strengthen your allies. Now with Lune, we have 1 point we can use anywhere. I always want to throw that in Earth Rising first, because it's one attack that actually hits every enemy on the field. And just like that, you can really see his new costume. Let's go ahead and start the fight. So he literally goes from mini boss to just regular enemy, just like that. So let's go ahead and take out the central core here, and then just do whatever we can to keep piling that damage on. As you can see right there is the earth attack, but since there's only one enemy on the field, it's only to hit the one. And let's go absolutely mad with the barrage here. At this point, pretty much you can just hit him with a puff of wind and he'll go down. So who wants to do the honors? Lune, is it gonna be you? Alright, kick to the face, out of here. And just like that, we are good. Our characters are leveling up, and we have the critical burn Pictos learned as well. As you saw, we have another item over here, and let's continue our ascent.
Well, that will help.
Again, literally in every corner of this area, there's going to be items. But again, a very, very beautiful area to get you started with this series. And if you actually pay attention to the lyrics in this song when you go through here, it's actually spoiling a lot of the story. Alright, if there was ever any enemy that I absolutely hate dealing with, it's absolutely these things. These flying enemies, which are now going to be staples going forward, can pretty much only be hit by the free aim, or counterattack like you saw there. You pretty much cannot hit them if you just try a regular attack or try any of your skill attacks. Maybe there's a skill somewhere in the game that's still able to hit flying enemies, but as you can see there, they pretty much dodge everything else. So just go crazy with free aim and they'll be out of here in no time. So now that's taken care of. Let's get ready for the next optional boss fight, because it is an absolute doozy, but if you can overcome it, it's to get us some really good items going forward.
This one looks dangerous.
I mean, Lune literally warns us about this one before you even go in battle, and it's because it does an immense amount of damage for this early in the game. So let's go ahead and take out its weak spot. And at this point, we want to go ahead and start healing ourselves, because we do not want to be toting that line the entire battle. So go ahead and mark them. Right there, and again, just like that. Again, it's very deceptive because it takes a while to wind up that hit, but then the next one comes pretty quick after. Just like that. So, Lune's already down for a count, and this is something you can never allow in the game because she's literally your offensive powerhouse. So, let's go ahead, ground attack up, because the earth tint is what increases the damage of the ice attack. 1 and 2. That's one thing you never want to be stuck with, is literally Lune going down in the fight, and you have to put it all on Gustave. But let's go ahead and make the most of it. Go ahead and mark him. Deal with this. And again, look how much damage the parrying does if you can counterattack him. 1, and do it again. Got it. Literally, absolutely destroying his health bar just from counterattack. And again, that also helps our AP. So, overcharge out of here. Just like that. As you can see, it literally leveled us up, gave us a brand new Pictos, the augmented attack, which is very good because it increases their base attack, and as you can see, he was guarding one of the weapons for Gustave. So let's go ahead, upgrade everything as we can, and this will also give a good idea of what has been going on in the background. So again, let's put the stronger weapon on Gustave. Let's go deal with this Pictos Nightmare. because we do have a new one here. As you can see, Dodger, it's got the 4 gold bars all the way around it, so it is mastered. So we don't technically need to have it on anymore. You can use triangle to remove it. And just like that, this one is good as well. So go over to Lumina. As you can see, since we mastered those two, they now appear available for us to add permanently on our characters, even if they don't have the Pictos equipped. So as you can see, she has 3 Lumina points. We want to go ahead and throw Dodger on there. That way you don't need the Pictos Dodger. It'll be on there just with your Lumina points. So let's continue on to the left of the boss fight. And you can see we can circle around back here because, again, we want to check all these extreme corners in every direction of this area, because that is how sneaky they are with the items in this part of the map. But it's good because it's literally encouraging as much exploration as possible of this area. So when you're ready, let's go ahead and head further up.
Blue trees.
Something's disrupting the chroma around here. Be careful.
As you can see, we finally found our way to the blue trees, ultimately on our way to the indigo tree. Let's go ahead, warp our way over. And we can already see more enemies up ahead. Over here, do we have anything important? Not there. This is to be the main path, ultimately leading us up the wall here. So, before we fully commit, let's go ahead and check our way back, because we do have the big enemy that acted like the boss during that emotional scene to deal with. And here we are. The problem is, at this point, our party's pretty much taken about as much of a beating as they can possibly take. I mean, we have got to find ourselves an expedition flag, aka a checkpoint, just to get ourselves healed up from all this. So at this point, let's go ahead and just start weakening things. Over here, get rid of that stupid flying enemy. My gosh, I absolutely hate dealing with them. And you can go too. Beat it. Now it's just us and him. So let's get ready. Try to time it. Nope. You know, it's much easier in the first time you face him, because in that dark cave, he literally glows to signify when he's going to bring that attack down, so it's much easier to parry. But his jump attack is very easy to parry. I mean, it's almost in slow motion. So go ahead, get him out of here. At that point, we're still gaining items just from the battle alone. And hidden in the back here, behind all this, another item.
Well, that will help.
More chroma. Again, just showcasing that in the Spring Meadows, you want to leave no stone unturned. Just go into every nook and cranny of every area, and you're going to end up coming out of here with multiple weapons for different characters. You're going to come out of here with at least 6 or 7 different Pictos. And, again, the new Baguette outfit that we got. So, let's go ahead, rock climb.
Up these handholds.
Probably Expedition 69. The Climbers Expedition.
Let us thank them for that.
We'll have to thank them if we can remember. And here we go.
Something's wrong with it. Why isn't it attacking us?
Well, it certainly attacked them. An expedition journal. 81. Learn from the ones who came before.
And lay the trail for the ones who come after.
Expedition 81, Rene. Huge discovery. This is the first Nevron with whom we've been able to communicate. It seems stuck in this cave. Gregoire is, as usual, deeply suspicious, but this could change our entire understanding of Nevrons and the Painters.
They communicated with a Nevron.
The dead here don't disappear like in Lumiere. Their chroma stays inside their bodies.
On the beach, some did disappear.
He wasn't a Nevron.
Something about the way Nevrons kill seems to affect our chroma.
Perhaps your friend here can enlighten us. It really does speak.
What do you mean, light?
Did you kill these people?
Painted? By the Painters? If we bring it light, perhaps we can learn more.
I'm not sure that's a good idea.
Now, as you can see, this is going to be a standout feature that goes from this point all the way to the end. Anytime you see a white Nevron, for the love of gosh, do not attack it. Even when it gives you the option, just resist the urge, because it will come back to haunt you later. So, always try to help these guys out as much as possible. Usually the item they're looking for is going to be really close to where they are. So, for our example, he's needing the light. The flammable liquid that he needs to get his light going is literally in the very next area, out here.
Survivors.
So,
Hurry!
as we can see, someone else has made it to the Indigo tree before us, because they already got the flare going. Now, this area you have to be extremely careful with. There's a lot of items spread all over the place. And dead energy, too, is something you absolutely want on Lune as fast as possible, because it literally gives you AP for taking enemies out. So it's almost like some of the upper perks from Fallout, where you have that one that once you take enemies out in vats, it completely restores your AP. And there is ultimately the item we're looking for. It's hidden behind the crates. That's going to be the item for the white Nevron. So, let's go ahead and start a parry party over here. This time, not a parrot party. That'll probably be tomorrow. And at this point, that one is literally the easiest thing possible to parry in the game, because it literally gives you a 1, 2, 3 count. So, at this point, just gang up on the tall one. And just like that, it's out of here in literally one turn. As you see, we also get ourselves a new weapon for Lune by taking out the 3 of them. So let's head right back up here so we can deliver this to the white Nevron so we don't forget about it. Also, as you can see, just going to 2 different corners are going to give you items. That's going to be the corner on the right side and left side of the main area we just came out of. And even down here in the valley, before getting to the Indigo tree, there's going to be items hidden there. So, let's go back up into the cave to get back to them. And just like that, let's deliver it. So as you can see, we need to be very careful about not hitting him when we actually shoot that.
Hmm. What did it mean?
And notice in there, we ended up getting ourselves a healing tent for helping him. There's also an option down there to attack. That's again the thing you want to avoid for your life, because again, it will come back to haunt you if you give in to temptation. So let's go ahead again, just keep attack upping everyone on the party. And again, we can finally learn some new skills, this time for Lune, ultimately giving us the entire plethora of elemental attacks for her. So like they're suggesting, we do want to keep our eyes out for more white Nevrons, and we're actually going to find another one in the area coming up, which will actually be covered in the next episode. So, in the meantime, we've got ourselves a boss to get ready for, and it is quite a doozy, because it introduces brand new mechanics that are actually going to be an unfortunate staple in regular battles going forward. So, let's go to the left of the starting area, because there is a Pictos over here as well, hidden in the crates. Burning shots. And let's be honest, the one that's mainly doing all the shooting is Gustave. So let's go ahead and throw it on him. Again, it does not matter which one learns the Pictos, as long as they get learned. So let's go over here, and let's just make a beeline straight for the boss. Normally I sit back and just get into battles with everything possible, but at this point, I'm literally just going to let them come to us, because if they're going to attack first, we've got a good chance of just pairing them out of existence, just like that, without even having to take a turn. And just like that. And could we go 3 for 3? He doesn't want to attack. Okay. He was the smart one of the group. And just like that, he gets whacked out of existence too. Why not? Alright, let's keep our ascent going, because at this point we're just about at the Indigo tree. We just want to take every possible passage there is that goes up. So again, careful with the item that's under the makeshift bridge. As you can see, here's our ramp to head up and out of this section. But be careful before we do, because you see there's a small path to the left. Let's go down this path. Again, every nook and cranny. As you can see, there is yet another item that we can use in battle. So let's head back up. They do give us an expedition flag, and when they're basically giving you a checkpoint right in front of the tree, you know you're in for it. So get ready. This is basically your last chance to heal and get yourself ready for the fight. So here we go. What do we have this time around?
Fuck. It's big. Fall back!
Putain de merde.
Alright, so this time around we have our very first actual boss of the story, and this is Evèque, which translates to Bishop. Basically indicative of the way his head is shaped there. So, as you notice, he has different shields. Basically, they end up withstanding one attack. Anytime you see the teeth shields up above, you always want to do some sort of attack that hits multiple times to get rid of them as fast as possible. Now, as you can see, if we use our earth attack, it actually absorbs it. So it does absorb earth damage, but that also gives us the earth tint regardless. Now, its attacks are pretty easy to parry, but it has a bunch of different attacks to hit you with. So there is the one spear. It has a 2 spear shot that it can try and nail you with. And it also has a ground magic attack as well. So let's go ahead and mark it. And now whatever attack we do next is going to do extra damage once it's marked. And the good thing is now it's also burned, so it'll just keep taking extra damage. Now beware, because most of the bosses in the game can summon other monsters to help. So now we're going to have that distraction to deal with. And there's the dual attack. Very slow. Oddly enough, a bit hard to parry because it's so slow. It kind of suffers from the same problem Mael's attack had, where you just want to go ahead and swing, but you end up swinging too early. So again, just tenderize all these enemies, because if we can get ourselves the ground attack, that'll take out both of the two side enemies, and we can focus on the boss. So as you can see, its yellow bar is really getting up there. It's about to get stunned. We just have to keep everyone healthy in this fight. And there's the ground attack, 1, 2, 3. Again, Evèque itself is going to do the same thing pretty soon. So get ready, here it comes. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And together, 1, 2, 3. Got it. Alright, so its yellow bar increases, and now look at all those shields. This is what makes a lot of these enemies really tough. So again, we need to hit it as many times as possible. I mean, I'll use my AP for that, just to get you down to 2 shields. Now let's break the 2 shields, try to break your friend over here, and just hit you with whatever we have left. Because at this point, we can rely on the parry to take him out. Just like that. And it's already burned. So, at this point, there's not much it can do. Again, always swing that parry too fast on that attack. You know, oddly enough, it's not the quick ones that get me, it's always the slow ones. So as you can see, it's charging up some grand super end of the world attack. But don't worry, we've got overcharge ready. And she's got pretty much any attack ready to do double damage. So it's pretty much out of here. Let's get ready. Now there is your teamwork. And just like that, Evèque is done. And we get ourselves another Pictos.
Celebrate later. There'll be others. We should be safe up in the tree.
Yeah. Putain, nobody.
Wait, there's a message on the wall. Took Mile to the weird corals. Head north, look for a door inside a hut.
Maya.
This doesn't make sense. Who would have written this? It sounds like an expeditioner, but everyone knows to sign their messages.
Yeah, but they might have been in a hurry.
I don't know. Doesn't sound like anyone on the team. What if it's a trap? The man on the beach?
It's a lead. Our only lead. Whoever this is knows Mael. We have to go.
No. Not yet. Protocol is to regroup at the rally point and wait 3 days. This message feels off. If it was an expeditioner, they would have stayed here. Everyone knows the protocol.
Right, but they may have been in danger. Maybe this location has been compromised. Things change in the field.
There's a reason.
Protocol doesn't cover every contingency. You know that.
There's a reason it's protocol. We designed it to yield the optimal result in the vast majority of situations.
Was our entire team dying part of that optimal result? Look, I'm going after Maya. Protocol also states, never move solo. I'll let you choose which protocol to break.
So, who is the mysterious person leaving us messages? For anyone who has beaten the game, I'm not going to spoil it for brand new people if they've not gotten that far into it, but let's just say it ends up being one of our main characters a little bit later on in the series. So at this point, we just want to make sure any of the Pictos that we've not already mastered is at least on someone, so that any battles we go into in the future is actually going to count for something. And just like that, we have ourselves an item, but we do want to find another way down from the tree. So not the path that's in the middle, there actually is another path that you can go down. That's going to lead us to our last item in the area. So don't actually leave yet. Anytime you see those swirling yellow gates, that means you're going to exit the area back into the main world. And again, there's new Pictos there. Empowering attack, which is a good one. Again, just throw it on anyone at this point, just so it can be learning in the background. And look at all these Pictos we got. What is that, 7 now? And quite a few of them are already mastered. There's the alternate way down. So let's go ahead and jump down here. And ultimately, this little area is going to have its own item. This actually takes you above the path that we were on before. As you can see right there, if you're not careful, you can go flying right off of it. And just like that, that's again an item that we'll be able to use, as it says, at camp. So at a later time. Let's head on back up. At this point, the 4K Master Route for Spring Meadows is done. That's going to lead us into the bridge in between, which is the world map. And I'm so glad they ended up bringing the world map back, because many of the RPGs got away from it for a while there, as you can see here.
So, the message said head north, to the weird corals.
And a door in a hut.
Ultimately, all we have to do to set ourselves up for a camp is just go into any of the tree lines, like this.
It's been a long day.
And it will give you the
We should
option.
make camp.
I'm fine. Let's keep going.
We won't find Mael if we're dead.
And ultimately, that's where we'll start the next one. So if you've not already, please check out the Expedition playlist. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Some more Conceited videos. We'll see you next time. Take care, everyone.